Hey folks, it's Nate. Thanks for joining me once again as we look to the horizon, and I am back bringing you the weekly writing vlog. First and foremost, good news to report. I have sold a short story for the first time in, well, a long time, I can tell you that for sure. Probably about 15 years, if not longer. And that's pretty exciting. I have a short story that will most likely be appearing in Anvil number 2. Right now, I have a informal letter of acceptance from the publisher, and I expect to have a contract by the end of this week or early next week. So we'll see what comes of that. Most likely, if all the funding goes well, this will be out in the fall of this year. So about 3.5 to 4 months. I'm not sure exactly what the schedule is going to boil down to. I'll keep you appraised on that. But this is still very early in the magazine's life and not quite clear how exactly the scheduling is going to work out. So pretty exciting, but a little bit murky on the details there. Still glad to have it accepted. That's very exciting, and I think it's a good story. I got a lot more time to work on it, to think about the ins and outs of how I wanted to present the story than I did for my first submission to Anvil magazine, and I think that bore out. I think it was a much better, tighter story with a better sense of character and a better conclusion to rest on than that's the first story I submitted was. I still am planning to go back and look at that particular story that I submitted to Anvil number 1 is an idea that I've had for a while, but I hadn't put a whole lot of work into thinking over the characters, the scenario, and how exactly I would get to the conclusion I wanted to get to. And yeah, it was not as good a story. Certainly not one of my better efforts, but I think with some time and some good revisions, will come out okay. As far as other writing stuff goes, I am still working on A Candle in the Wind. That's coming along, proceeding apace. And I have started to work again on a collaborative project with my buddy Narwhal, who works in comics. And previously, gosh, probably about a year ago now, we wrapped up work on a script called The Tomb of Nosferatu, which was a fun story to write and had a lot of very different and exciting ideas in it. We're going back now to kind of do some revisions on it. And, looking back on it, it's very obvious that we wanted to cram as much into the story as we could. And we've had one meeting so far where we talked about this again. We're both pretty sure we need to go back and cut some stuff to streamline the story, make it easier to keep track of everything, and maybe give it a more consistent tone. It was a very fun story to write. We had a lot of really strong ideas in it, ideas like lost civilizations and excavations and finding things that have been lost to time, and the presence and almost what's the best way to put it, the kind of distance that is between a very old creature and someone like you or I, who will only live for 60 to 80 years, most likely. So very fun stuff there. I think we'll be able to make. I mean, it was a pretty good story already. Like I said, it was very exciting. It had a lot of fun ideas, but I think giving it a very serious editorial pass and streamlining the ideas and whatnot will make an even better story. So I'm looking forward to doing that. So lots of fun things to work on, and that's what I got for you this week. I will put a link, I think, in the description to the first live stream that Narwhal and I did talking about editing this project. So if you want to hear more about that, you can check that out. Otherwise, let me know what you think down in the comments below. There's a like button and a subscribe button down there. You can use those as you see fit, and I'll talk to you later.